Hi, welcome to my channel. Mrs. A here, your Filipino-American online tutor. For those who are new here, I would like to know that I have series of videos for grade 6, 7, 8, and grade 9 mathematics. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This is free. Share and like also my videos. Let's get started in today's lesson. In this video, you're going to learn about central and inscribed angles in a circle. I have here angle AOB, which is known as central angle. So central angle is an angle whose vertex is the center of the circle. And I have here angle EDF is known as inscribed angle. And an inscribed angle is an angle formed by two chords whose vertex is on the circle. Now, we know that the distance around the circle is called circumference, here. And an arc, this part here, this is an arc, is just a section of circumference. And we have a major arc and a minor arc. A major arc, the measure of it is more than 180 degrees, like arc A, C, and B. So from A, going to, or it will pass to C, going to B. And the minor arc is arc AB, which means the measure of this arc is less than 180 degrees. Now, let's recall about angle measurement so you're not gonna be confused. Okay, so I have here, this is 0. And from 0 going here is of course 180 degrees. That's a straight line. And so we have here from 0 going here, that's 15 degrees, 30 degrees, and 45 degrees. Of course here, that is 90 degrees. It means that one circle measures 360 degrees. What does it mean? A circle is divided into 360 degrees. Okay, now, an arc of a circle is a section of circumference of the circle. So as I mentioned a while ago, it's just a section. It's either a minor arc or a major arc. So this is an arc, another arc, another arc. So an arc is formed if we have two radii. Okay, now, we know that the circumference of the circle is equal to 2 pi r. And why is it that the whole circle, we know that circumference is the distance around the circle. And why is it the formula is 2 pi r? Where in here, a circle is divided into 360 degrees. Okay? Now, if the radius of the circle is 1 unit, it means that the circumference now is equal to 2 pi. If r is 1, let's say this is 1 unit, r. So we're going to substitute r as 1. So we have 2 pi times 1 is simply c is equal to 2 pi, the circumference. And 2 pi is equal to 360 degrees. That's the equivalent of 2 pi. It means 1 pi is 180 degrees. Now, this kind of measurement is known as radian. So we have two measurements. We have in radian form and in degrees form. You will know in your later lesson about radian form. You can actually change degrees measurement to radian form, at the same time radian to degrees form. But this time we're just going to focus on degree to find the measure of the angle and the arc. Now let's learn how to get the measure of the central angle. So I have angle AOB here, which is the central angle. And the arc that it intercepts is arc AB. It's very easy to find the arc that it intercepts. You just look at the opening. So that's from A going to B. So that's the intercepted arc. Now, The measure of the central angle is equal to the measure of the arc it intercepts. So it means whatever the measures of the arc, that will be the measure of the angle. So given the measure of the arc, we can find the measure of the angle, or given the measure of the angle, we can find the measure of the arc because they are just equal. So that's the central angle and that is the intercepted arc. Now, angle AOB, therefore, is equal to the measure of arc AB. Let's say arc AB is equal to 60 degrees. Therefore, angle AOB is also equal to 60 degrees. Let's learn more about finding the measure of the central angles. If you want to do it yourself, you can pause the video. Okay, now here, in circle O, measure of angle GOH is equal to 32 degrees and measure of angle JOI is 29 degrees. If JF and EH are diameters, find the measures of arcs and angles. So, JF and EF are diameters. And this one, GOH, this is 32 degrees and this is 29 degrees. Okay, let's write it there. If that is 32 degrees, number 1 here, we are asked to find the measure of arc GH. So therefore, that is equal to 32 degrees. So that is 32 degrees. Okay, now, what about measure of arc IH? IH is here. But first, we need to write the measure of that angle. There is 29 degrees. And if this is 29 degrees, therefore, the measure of arc JI is also equal to 29 degrees. So let's put it there first. Now, we know that EH is diameter. It means that this angle now is right angle or 90 degrees. So we can now find the measure of the angle I or HOI or IOH, which is 90 minus 29, that is equal to 61 degrees. If we know now the angle, we can now find the measure of the arc. So therefore, measure of arc IH is equal to 61 degrees. So this is 61 degrees. Okay, next, we are going to find the measure of arc EF. Arc EF is here, so that is equal to 90 degrees. Okay, then measure of arc JEF, half of the circle, and that is equal to 180 degrees. Now, what about the angle now? Number 6, we have the measure of angle EOF. EOF, and that is equal to 90, the measure of the arc. Therefore, the angle is also 90 degrees. And then we have HOI, and that is equal to 61 degrees. And angle GOJ is equal to 122. GOJ, it means 29 plus 61 plus 32, that is equal to 122. And EOJ is 90 degrees. And the measure now of angle FOG is 58. Why 58? Because again, this is right angle. So 90 minus 32 is equal to 58. So the angle now here, the measure of angle FOG is 58 degrees. Let's learn how to find the measure of inscribed angle. So I have angle ACB. This is an inscribed angle in circle O. The measure of the inscribed angle is half the measure of the arc it intercepts. So what arc intercepts this angle? So arc AB. Okay? So that's the inscribed angle and that is the intercepted arc. It means that the measure of angle ACB is equal to 1/2 the measure of arc AB. So let's say the measure of the arc is 60 degrees. What is now the measure of angle ACB, which is only half of the measure of the arc that intercepts? So simply 60 divided by 2, that is equal to 30 degrees. Now more exercises here. how to find the measures of the inscribed angle. If you want to do it yourself, you can pause the video. So name the three inscribed angles and the arc they intercept. So three angles, we have C here, the A and B. So let's name that using three letters. So we have angles ACB. So this is the angle here. And the arc it intercepts is simply just trace the endpoints of the chord. So that's arc AB. Okay, next we have angle CAB. So A, you just look at the middle. Because these two letters can interchange, look at the middle, so that's the angle here. And it intercepts the arc CB, which is half of the circle. And the other one is angle CBA. So this is the angle, and trace the endpoints of the chords, and that is the arc that intercepts this angle. That is arc AC or CA. Now, we know that the measure of the inscribed angle is half the measure of the arc it intercepts. Therefore, the measure of angle ACB is equal to half the measure of arc AB. So let's say that that is 75 degrees, the measure of arc AB. Therefore, the measure of angle ACB is 37 degrees. Now, if this is 75 degrees, this arc, we know that half of the circle is 180. Therefore, this arc here, AC, is equal to 105 degrees. Now, what is the measure of angle CAB? So, if this is now half of the circle again, semicircle, it means this is 180 degrees also. And therefore, the measure of angle CAB is 90 degrees. This is this angle because the arc that intercepts that angle is arc CB. Now, what is the measure of angle CBA? Okay, CBA or ABC, this angle here. And the arc that intercepts this angle is arc CA, whose measure is 105 degrees. So therefore, that is equal to half of 105 is 52.5 degrees. Now, what have you noticed? The angle that is inscribed in a semicircle. This is semicircle. This is half 180 here. That's the opening here. Or I mean, yes, the end point is at half the circle. That is 90 degrees, right? It means that the angle inscribed in a semicircle is always a right angle because that angle always opening or opens, or the arc that intercepts that angle is half of the circle, which is 180 degrees. So therefore, it's always 90 degrees. Okay, so this time, let's have the given or the angles. We are going to find the arc length or the arc measurement. Okay. Now, if measure of angle MRN is equal to 66 degrees, MRN, and the measure of RNP is 35 degrees, Rn is the diameter of a circle, find the measures of the arcs below. So we're going to find the measure of the arc. Remember, the measure of the inscribed angle is half of the arc. Therefore, to get the measure of the arc, we are just going to, given the angle, multiply the measure of the angles by 2. Okay, let's write the measurements there. So, if this is 66 degrees, therefore the arc MN is equal to 132 degrees. And RP, arc RP, if this is 35, therefore times 2, that is equal to 70. And NP, where is arc NP? Arc NP is here, or PN. This is 70. This is diameter, it means half of the circle. 70, therefore NP is 110. So that's the measure of arc NP. What about MR? Arc MR, where is MR? MR is here. If this is 132 degrees, again, Rn is the diameter, 180 minus 132 is simply equal to 48. Therefore, arc MR is equal to 48 degrees. What about the measure of, this is major arc, M, N, P. So from here going there, you just get the total of those measurement, and that is equal to 242 degrees. Sorry about that. That's all for this video, and thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye!